Hello, Form 4 students. Today is our lesson 14. We have to write up a letter of advice. Before we do the write up, let's do some recap of the previous lesson. First of all, let's talk about the structure of advice. When you write a letter, you start with "Dear," which signals to you it is a salutation. After the salutation, you need to write an introduction for your letter. And remember to include a test plan in your introduction. How to write a test plan? You may have a look at this sentence. The following is my advice to your problems. From this sentence, the markers, we teachers, know you are going to talk about the advice. After the introduction, we move on to the body. And when you write the body part, remember you should have 3 paragraphs. And for each paragraph, remember you start with the topic sentence. For example, in this paragraph, the topic sentence is, I really feel pity for you that you do not have privacy at home because your flat is so small. So this is the topic sentence. And for the rest, we call it elaboration, 拓展. After the body part, we go to the ending. And usually in letter, we end like this. If you would like to means want. Drop me a few lines. Drop me a few lines means write me back. Just feel free to do so anytime. I will be your best listener and write you back. So this part is the ending. Last but not least, we have the complimentary close. You may end the letter with best wishes, or regards, or all the best. Then your name. This is the structure of advice. Then we go to the language. There are 6 sentences I would like you to learn. You may learn, I would like you to use in your writing. For example, conditional type 2. If I were you, I would do something. 如果我係你嘅話，我就會咁樣做。This sentence is used to give advice. After conditional type 2, you may use its inversion. Its inversion is, were I you, I would. How to form the inversion? It's easy. You just have to cross out if. Then you swap the order between the subject I and the verb were. So, I were will be changed to were I. Were I you, I would. 如果我係你嘅話，我就會. So, structure 1 and structure 2, they are the same. Or you may use a common questions like, have you considered doing something? Remember, if you ask a question, at the end you need to put a question mark. The same applies to rhetorical questions, 反問句. And usually in rhetorical questions, we have the negative verb. For example, don't, can't, didn't. And remember at the end we also put a question mark. So apart from common questions and rhetorical questions, you may use modal verbs like may, can to give weaker advice, or have to, must to give stronger advice. And remember, after modal verbs, you can't use. We don't change the tense or the verb form. We use the bare infinitive. Then we go to the imperatives. Imperatives also like giving stronger advice. And imperatives usually start with a verb plus the noun phrase structure. And for the verbs, it can be a positive verb or a negative verb. For negative verb, example like do not forget. Or if you choose to use the positive word, you can use remember to. You don't see not. You won't see not. Because the sentence remember to is a positive one. So in your writing, I would like you to use these 6 structures.